Welcome
to the Bring Me to Life podcast.
It's time to wake up
and shine on. Hi guys, thanks for waking up and shining on with us. I'm Shannon Shine, here along with Suleiman.
Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in. We have a really great interview for you today.
Yeah, today we have an interview by a musician that's going to be a part of one of our upcoming events. His name is Chad Wilkins, and he's a mystic minstrel, an American-Australian singer-songwriter.
Yeah, it's exciting to have him. He has a new album coming out called Hollow Bones So I Can Fly, and he also has a beautiful message in all of his songs, all of his music about love. So it's really exciting to have him on.
That's such a beautiful title for an album. So I'm excited to talk more about that. And before we get into that real quick, I do want to share some information about this event. So yeah, if you haven't been listening to our previous podcast, we've been kind of hinting at it and we've been putting out some information on the interwebs, but Shine Online is our third online transformational festival. It was actually kind of funny. We did the first festival before all the lockdowns and things happened, and people were like, why would you want to do such a thing online? And we were like, because we want to be able to collect or connect with people globally, not just in our, local wellness centers and where we can get here in the physical. It seemed so important at that moment to be able to reach a bigger audience, and now it's more of a common thing. Yeah, there's online summits across the board, but this one's a little different as we include music and workshops. So not only do you have a day full of opportunity to wake up and shine on, you also get to let loose and just enjoy some music. But before we dive into the music, what are some of the workshops that we're featuring?
So we have a really good lineup of workshops. And one of them is on body dysmorphia, societal/cultural programming. You are doing Shine On and Find Your Voice. We got Finding Center and Chaos. I'm doing How Creativity Can Help You Through Anything. And our friend Amar Amethyst is doing The Embodied Voice. We still have a few other people that we're talking to, and we'll put that information out as it becomes confirmed.
Yeah, we're really excited. This is again going to be on 2/22/22, which is a Tuesday. What? So February 22nd from 11 a.m. to probably around 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's kind of a free flow. We're going to be streaming it for you. So there will be some opportunity for replay, but you really want to be there live. You want to be able to comment and create community and discuss, what you're feeling during the celebration of this waking up event. And the comment section is a good place to meet like-minded people. So we highly encourage people to stream live with us at bringmetolife.com and on our Facebook event page and the Bring Me to Life community. But I think we're going to really aim for going to bringmetolife.com. That's with the number 2. So we can have active chats there and really be able to connect with a new audience.
Yeah, we really like people coming to our website because not only does it have a chat for people to go to for this event, we also have a lot of different articles that are coming out each week. And we have a lot of podcasts coming out each week that people can check out. We have a lot of really cool stuff. So
I agree. I think it's going to be really fun to see all the different perspectives and to meet all the new people. And then we also have music. We have music by potentially Justin Enzer, and Justin is a Rav drum musician. He's someone I've been working with learning Rav drum for the last couple months. And it's really exciting to have more of that kind of style, I think, on Bring Me to Life for me. I know a lot of people have questions about my drum, and he'll be kind of talking on the tongue drum, the hand drum, the hang drum. And we also have other styles of music. So our friend
Anomal's doing one. He's got some electronic music and really looking forward to it. He has also a good message, I think one that really aligns with what we're doing, and really excited to have him. A lot of different styles and mixes that he does. And then Chad Wilkins, who we have an interview with right now.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to learn more about Chad and his unique style. And it's just so uplifting. And I think it's going to be a great addition to the Shine a Line event. So enjoy this interview.
Welcome, everyone. Silaman here, along with Shannon Shine. Today, we have a special guest who is a mystic minstrel and an Australian/American singer-songwriter. And his rootsy folk anthems carry themes of love, gratitude, risk, honor, and pure, vibrant life, giving voice to our cry for spiritual transformation, harmony with the earth, and hope for a brighter future. Chad Wilkins, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Nice to be here.
Yeah, it's nice to have you. Your music is very beautiful, very like on our vibe, things that we're all about.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear more about you and your story. I recently listened to your interview on Cosmic Earth Wellness, and it got me even more excited to speak with you.
Oh, right on. Cool. Yeah, I'm excited to speak with you guys as well.
Yeah, Brooke is a good friend, so it was pretty cool seeing that you were going to be on her podcast, and now we have you on here, and we're really excited. So I believe that you right now you're out in Australia. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah. I've been living here. I'm from the US originally, from California, and I've spent a lot of my adult life kind of back and forth, half in Australia and half in the US. But yeah, I've been here solidly for the last couple of years during the whole world situation.
Mm-hmm. What inspired you to go to
situation?
What inspired you to go to Australia of all places? Or is that where you're from?
Oh, a long time ago. I think it was like 2004, so it was kind of a different life back then. But yeah, I was originally only coming to Australia just as a 6-month visit, and then just stayed. And yeah, here I am.
Oh, cool. Do you ever have people ask about your accent? Like people in Australia, do they think you have an accent? And do people here think you have an accent?
Yeah, I guess, I definitely still sound American to most Australians, but some Americans say that I sound a bit Australian as well, so I kind of don't fit in anywhere anymore as far as my accent goes. It fluctuates though, depending on who I'm speaking with.
Yeah. Cool. Well, while you've been out there, you've been making a lot of music. You've been releasing a lot of music, which is part of why you're here, to kind of promote that. But tell us a little bit about your music and what you're currently working on, or maybe you're finally making available to the world.
Sure. Awesome. So yeah, I'm a singer-songwriter. I write and sing songs. And my goal is to just spread good vibes, spread a good message of unconditional love. And so, yeah, I write songs about that. And I like to bring people into an experience of the music as well. So I try to write a lot of music that's very adaptable to singing along and bringing people in on that, in that way. Yeah, so I've got a new album. This is my 4th album. It's called Hollow Bones So I Can Fly. And it's a long one. It's 12 tracks. It's 15 seconds shy of 2 hours long. I like writing long songs, big, long journey songs, Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's my 4th album, but it's the first album that I've recorded and engineered myself. So I'm sitting here in my recording studio at the moment. Cool. I've, it's been a big, awesome, beautiful learning curve journey for me over the last couple of years, learning about sound recording and setting up my own studio and doing the production stuff myself. I'm really blessed to have some really good friends who are amazing recording engineers. So lots of people to gather tips and learn from as well. But yeah, it feels really good to have been able to find new ways for my creativity to flow in the studio. And yeah, I'm really proud of this album. I feel like it's my best work yet. So really excited to be getting it out there into the world.
Yeah, I know how audio can be a very touchy thing, and there's a lot of nicks and crannies and things you got to learn to be able to do that. So like, more power to you for being able to do all that by yourself on this album.
Yeah, thanks. I definitely had a lot of help. I did all the recording myself, and then I had help from my friend Tom on the mix. So he's a teacher actually at a very prestigious audio engineering university here in Australia. And yeah, so basically, instead of paying somebody to do the mix for me, I actually sat alongside and we did the mix together. So it was my study as well as getting the project finished. And so now I'm feeling a lot more confident with mixing as well. So that feels good.
Yeah.
It's powerful. Yeah. There's so many knobs and little doodads, like Zilla was saying with audio. We've been both working on our audio skills as well. And just like looking at all my equipment too in my studio, I'm like, wow, there's so many levels to being a musician. Like so many people think it's just you pull out an instrument, you play. But if you're really dedicated to it, there's like endless amounts of things you can always be learning. So that's beautiful that you've continued your journey.
Yeah, I mean that's a good attitude to have in life, I think, just to always be learning. And the moment that you think you're not a novice anymore at anything, that's the moment that you stop learning and kind of cut yourself short, you know. And so I would like to continue to have that attitude towards everything in life, that I'm still just a child kind of wandering around trying to figure out what I'm doing here. And that keeps me in a state of wonder and excitement for life too, you know. So that's a good thing.
Love that. I agree.
Definitely a good attitude to have that childlike spirit, and
totally
being young at heart is, I think, important.
Yeah, totally. Like I was talking to one of my my parental figures, and I was like explaining something, and I was like, I think I'm just gonna forever be a student. Like I always would just think of myself kind of as a kid. Like especially when I'm talking to like my elders, it's like, even though I'm in my 30s, I'm like, wow, okay, I still feel very childlike wonder in my mind. So I love that there's others out there in that mindset.
That's good. It's a good way to be. It's a really good way to be, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Beautiful.
You have something?
Nope. Okay. Just moving on.
Well, so you talked about unconditional love being like one of your main messages. So has that always been the case? Have you always like promoted that, or is it something that you kind of grew into as you learned more and more about music?
That's a good question. How do I answer that? I guess in my own journey in life, I'm on this continual journey of just simplifying, really. And for me, kind of, I don't know, self-development, spiritual growth, however you like to call it, is really a journey of simplifying and peeling back layers to just the simple essence of what I am, who I am, more than kind of like gathering more doodads and fluff to add to me or something like that. You know, it's a simplifying process. And when I really kind of cut out all the fluff and all the interesting looking things and all that, it really seems to just keep coming down to love. It's the thing that you can't question and get an answer of why. There's a few things like that to me. I think of unconditional love, I think of curiosity, I think of gratitude, I think of beauty. That's another important one. You know, these are the things that when you ask why about something, and then you ask why again, I do this kind of thing in my own heart with self-inquiry. To when I'm going through something and I'm challenged in my heart, I do this why thing. It's a self-inquiry process that I've come up with. And when I do that about, you know, philosophical things or ideology about the nature of the universe or life or how I'm interfacing with the world, when I keep asking why and then get down to beauty, there's no more why. It's just, that's like a foundational thing, you know. Art and creativity and creating beauty is just like, because it's beautiful. There's no other reason. There's nothing practical about it or any other end game or other agenda, just to create beauty. And the most powerful foundational end of the road thing when you do that inquiry process is love. It's like, I just can't get any further than that. So it's the most important foundational aspect of living a good life, I think, and happiness and everything. It just keeps coming back down to love. And I mean, I think even if you go into quantum physics, like, and the nature of the universe and everything, like, ultimately, if you keep asking the questions and keep doing all of those mathematical equations, you're eventually just going to get down to love and be like, okay, cool. It's that simple. Like, let's just like love. That's it, you know? So,
do you know,
I keep writing songs about that.
Yeah. Have you heard of Jason Mraz? He has a song called Love is the Answer.
I don't know that song, but yeah, I know of Jason Mraz. Yeah.
Yeah. He talked about, like, no matter what's going on, no matter what the question is, you know, no matter if you have a broken heart or whatever it might be, love is the answer. And, you know, I know Dumbledore talked about the power of love too. So
Love is a powerful, powerful thing. And I love hearing more music about it in a positive, right? Because there's so much music out there about heartbreak or like just troubled things. And a lot of musicians find inspiration out of pain, but it sounds like you've got a lot of inspiration out of like the positive gratitude for life and like the basic necessities of love and beauty and things like that. So that's a powerful, channel to keep open, especially in the musical world, because so much of it, like I said, is typically channeled from pain, but you've got such a beautiful outlook.
Oh, thank you so much. I mean, I'm just like any other person, and I definitely experience grief and pain and sorrow in my life. But I think I know pretty clearly the vibration that I want to emanate, and I know the vibration that I want to put out into the world. And I know the power of music. I know the power of intention, and I know the power of holding intention and infusing it into music. It's massive. So I'm pretty careful with the message and the vibration that I want to put out. And that's also not to say that some of my songs aren't inspired by pain that I've gone through as well. I definitely, I mean, I've generally had a very privileged life, and I'm very blessed, very lucky, the life that I've had and the cards I've been dealt. But yeah, like anybody, I've had very painful experiences as well, and I definitely had found inspiration in those experiences. And I'm not at all about bypassing the reality of pain in life. I think it's actually really, really important to be in touch with real feelings. I'm a big fan of whatever is actually real in reality, and not numbing oneself or bypassing reality. So a good example is one of my songs coming out is called Song of the Dawn, and that song was inspired by grief in life. And it says, I will sing the song of the dawn. When the morning takes too long, I will bring my own light. And I'll sing the song of the dawn in the dark of the night. When the morning takes too long, I'll bring my own light. And then later it says, if you have to feel the pain, feel it hard and feel it all the way, so you don't have to come back there again. There's a reason why it came. There's a season for the rain. And so, facing life head on, whatever it is, positive or negative. But then I'm also a really strong believer in quick healing as well. I don't think that heart level healing necessarily has to take lifetimes. I think that there are ways to really learn how to forgive and accept and come to places of stillness again in the heart very quickly, in a real way, without bypassing. I strongly believe in that. And so, being real with life and then coming through it and finding and accentuating the positive and spreading that vibration to bring more love into the world. And that's what I'm about.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Definitely very important to accept everything and, like you said, feel into it, feel it all the way, so that you don't have to keep going through those cycles, because I think a lot of us do have like cycles that we continuously go through. But I'm really excited about this album that you created, and seems like all the songs that I've heard so far have been really awesome. I believe that you're doing like a drip release for the album, so you're like doing like a song each week. Is that how you're releasing the album?
Yeah. So it started December 31st, 2021, and every Friday there's a new song out for 10 weeks, and then the full 12-track album is out on March 11th, 2022.
Cool. And is this something that you had doing it this way, like releasing your album this way? Was it something that you were inspired by from somebody else, or was it some kind of like divine inspiration that maybe just came to you and channeled to you and was like, hey, like this is a good thing to do here?
Well, I think for me, I've been a full-time musician for nearly a decade, as far as what I'm doing with my life, how I make my living and everything, but at this point I still don't really understand the music industry, if I'm honest with you. It's just such a strange place.
Not alone.
And
Not alone.
I'm learning there's no right or wrong way to present oneself or to put out your art, and I just figured, like, you know what, instead of just like throwing the whole album out there, why don't I just to do it in stages, and then I have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about and hype up rather than just like, here's a thing and then there's nothing more to talk about. That was the thing, you know. So this affords me 3 months of stuff to talk about, basically. And yeah, it's kind of a little bit more exciting. And also, you know, when you put a whole album out, there's some songs that stand out and get heard more, and then a few songs might just not really get much attention. Especially these days, you know, the way that people consume music is more through singles and playlists and stuff like that often. And it's not like the old days where somebody put on a record and then put their headphones on, lay down and listen to the whole thing straight through, you know. So yeah, kind of putting out one song at a time gives me the chance to showcase each individual track, because each of the tracks are dear to my heart in a different way, and express a different facet of my creativity and personality that I feel I want to put out into the world. So yeah, I'm enjoying doing it this way, to really be able to showcase each one individually.
I think it's really neat to do it that way, because like you said, it's so easy to just like put out something big and hope everyone gets hype about it. But without that experience of explaining each song or like the meaning to you, and like just the journey too. You said you had a vibration that you wanted to put out. And I've been realizing that consistent vibration is also really powerful, both in the music industry, but in anything that you're going, you know, passionate about. That consistency and having that consistent release of something, you know, like you said, there's like grief and stuff processed through it, but in the bigger picture, it's a lot of really powerful, positive mantra type singing. Like you said, you wanted people to sing along, and having those longer track lengths, it gives people the ability to catch on to what you're saying so they can sing along with you like a few rounds. And it's just really beautiful, the amount of content you're able to release. And like you said, spreading it out, it's spreading the love. You got lots to share.
Yeah, thanks.
So what's your process like for getting into a creative groove, like channeling that creativity? Do you have any kind of rituals or any kind of things that you do to like get in the zone?
That's a great question. No, I don't have any rituals. I have very few rituals at all in life, to be honest. I'm a very free flow in the moment. And for me, with songwriting, it's really like that as well. I basically just got to catch it when it comes. You know, sometimes something starts to come through and I'm like, okay, drop everything, got to catch that. And sometimes it's inconvenient because sometimes it's really late at night and I want to go to sleep, or sometimes I'm driving a car and I got to pull over and pull out the guitar in the backseat and like get the song out, you know. But yeah, you know, the process for me is usually like some sort of a seed of a song gets channeled, or maybe I'm just sitting playing with my guitar and it starts out with a riff. And then I start to get kind of the idea of the flavor of the song and the theme of the song, what wants to come through, the message that wants to come through. And then it's a matter of kind of like working it out and kneading it like dough, you know, just playing with it until it feels right, and adding to it and pulling out the thesaurus to get more interesting words, and like, you know, different things like that. So yeah, it's usually like, you know, something drops in with no effort, and then it takes effort to work it out.
Beautiful.
So I think this would be a good time maybe to play one of your tracks, and then after that we can come back and talk a little bit more. Is that all right?
Sounds great. Yeah. So I think you want to play the song "Blessed to Be." Hey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you want to introduce it real quick?
Sure. This is actually one of the songs that came through with a funky guitar riff that I came up with. And then, yeah, just kind of worked it from there. It's one of my shorter songs. It's about 7.5 minutes long, which is longer than most people's songs, but on the short end of the spectrum for me. And yeah, it's not as much of one of the long drawn out sing along ones. It's more of a bit of a contemplative one with lots of words, lots of information. So I pull it out in those moments when the crowd is like paying attention and ready to listen to some words.
Cool.
Yeah, this is Blessed to Be.
part of the mystery of everything. Blessed to be intimately at one with the one, at one with the one, at one with the one. In Lakesh, yes, we're doing our best. Blessed, we are blessed. How did we manifest this life? How are you? Take a walk in my shoes, for I am another you, and we share this time. Oh, my darling, we are only superhuman, so forgive us, for we know not what we're doing. Yeah, feel the shivers, for we know not what we're doing. Yeah. Slow down, deep breath, life force in your chest, no stress, give it a rest, mind your head, cause life and death is in the power of your tongue, so speak loveliness. Just like a flower in the sun gives a lovely scent, like the intentions of your heart is what you manifest. So say yes to what's best, don't settle for less, don't regress, don't second guess, no seas un conquistador de tu propio consciousness. It's crazy the way we live for conquest, displacing ourselves from ourselves in the process, replacing our honor with cheap things that cost less, like faster machines with more comfortable armrests, so we can race to whatever comes next, a quicker pace to get us out of the present. But that kind of chase just never ends. Surrender to the moment, whatever is, with acceptance. Yeah, progress is a fleeting smoke, you're already home. Blessed to be intricately part of the mystery of everything. Blessed to be intimately wings, and everything is spirals folding in on itself, and no one can tell you what to think about it, baby. But if you have eyes to see, blessed to be intricately part of the mystery of everything. Blessed to be intimately at one with the one, 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 at one with the one. La da 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 da, 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 la da da da
Everybody, welcome back. That was Blessed to Be by Chad Wilkins. And so you had talked a little bit about how you like to have longer songs. And I'm curious, why is that? Why do you like to have the songs that are a little bit longer than normal?
Well, the first answer is that just seems to be what's coming out of me and flowing out of me, and so I just let that happen. I think that maybe that would be more natural for a lot of people too. Some people are very intentional about cutting things out and trying to shorten their songs to fit in with the radio airplay kind of requirements these days, and the ever shortening attention span of our
Yeah.
generations as well. But for me, yeah, I don't know, when I get to 4.5 minutes, I feel like I'm just getting started. It's like, oh, that was a good intro, and now let's like keep getting into it. I really like repetition, and I really like utilizing also the vibe level, like crescendos and descendos, and builds and drops, and I think that, how do I say this? I like to try and express what I'm saying through the way that I'm singing and the way that I'm playing as well. And when I change the emphasis of the music, it has a big difference in the way the message gets interpreted as well. So I like to try and infuse a bit of a big emotional journey in just the musicality as well, aside from the words. And sometimes that takes time to feel like I've fully got, like, emotionally I've exchanged my message and gotten my point across, gotten it through. It feels, it's energetic for me. Like I feel it kind of in my stomach, in my core, and then once it's out, it's like, okay, I've got that expressed. And it takes a few minutes.
I know Shannon and I, we make like meditation music a lot, and those usually end up being like a lot longer than a traditional song. And if it's like a 6 minutes track, people are like, this is way too short.
Yeah. Anytime I'm using my hang drum, they're like, this is not long enough. And I'm like, okay. So there are people out there that really enjoy that longer, more meditative. And I like how you have a lot of, like I was saying earlier, almost like affirmations, but like hidden into the song, like things that people could be like programming their brain to live on that higher vibration, or just that more like in love vibration, I guess I should say. And it's beautiful to see the different lengths that songs really can be. There's, like you said earlier, no right or wrong to how the music should be released.
It actually brings a story to mind. I saw the movie about Queen, and they had a track that they were trying to get onto their album, and the producer or whatever, the big producer, was like, this track's too long, like it doesn't go with the album, like we're not going to put it on the album.
No one's ever going to listen to it.
No one's ever going to listen to it. And they're like, well, F you,
Yeah.
dude. We're going to we're going to go do our own thing then. And we're going to put this track on our album. And it turned out to be like the most like powerful song of all time.
Yeah, it's powerful.
I think that was Bohemian Rhapsody, right?
Yeah, and it was just like so quirky and different, and the music industry wasn't ready for it, and then they shifted the whole perspective of it. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, it's such a good song. But you know, even that song's it's 6 minutes.
Really?
Right.
It's still not that long.
That's funny.
And people still karaoke it like nobody's business.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. It's great.
I love it.
It's really
So
cool.
I like what you said about like, you know, don't worry about what others think or what you think like people need. It's like what comes out and what you feel is right is going to work out, because I think there's always people out there that are going to enjoy what you put out.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm a very small fish in a big pond at this point, and I hope to gain more influence in the musical world. But you know, I've found that although not a whole lot of people know about me at this point, people that do find my music and love it seem to like really love it. Like, if you know, people really like my music. Some people. And so I'm like, okay, great, cool. That feels good. I'll keep doing this. So there's people out there that are really loving it, and I really love it. You know, I mean, I listen to my own music because I think it's great. And it's kind of funny when like somebody gets in your car and they're like, oh, you're listening to yourself. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good, right? I like it. I mean, if I didn't like it, I'd stop doing it. But I think it's pretty good. So
yeah, I think that's important and really cool that you really like your own music.
I love it.
Yeah, well, also it kind of feeds into something you were saying, Shannon, as well about programming. You know, programming our minds with these affirmations. Like, actually, for me, a lot of my songs are my own programming, like intentional programming myself as well. You know, some of my songs are like, you know, I might forget about it for a while, and I come back to that song and I sing it again. I'm like, whoa, I feel so much better after singing that song. That's right. That song was a message for me, actually. That's what that song is really about. So, yeah, I get a lot out of allowing these words to come through me, and I get to benefit while they're on the way through as well, you know?
Well, that's good confirmation. I must have felt that because I was like, man, I just feel like I'm being like reprogrammed in like such a positive way right now. And I was like packaging my little shipping orders and stuff earlier, and he had one of your songs playing, and I was like, yeah, like the length didn't even like click in my mind. I was just feeling like the reprogramming because I was in a little bit of a salty mood and trying to like get everything done real fast. And it just kind of like slowed me down and put me in a zone. And I was like, all right, this is good. I like this.
Awesome. That's good. Oh, good. It's working.
It's doing
yeah,
its
you know,
job.
another thing is, you know, all my music is actually my first album wasn't, but ever since then, everything I've recorded and everything I play live is in A equals 432 hertz.
Nice.
So yeah. For those of you listening who don't know what that means, yeah, it just means, I mean, there's lots of different theories about this. I don't need to go too much into it, but yeah, it's just tune the music a little bit more closely to the way that nature resonates. And so, yeah, I think that's, I don't think it's the be all and end all of the right way to do music or anything like that. But for me, it's just like one other little key, one other little tool in the tool belt to just unlock the heart a little bit easier, you know.
Another great perspective.
We definitely have a few friends and musicians that we work with that like all their music is in 432. One of our friends did a meditation track, and it was like all the different ones. So he had like 528 and stuff like that as well along with it.
Yeah, it was like a journey.
Yeah,
journey through the frequencies.
Yeah,
beautiful.
So
Awesome.
What's like
Great.
the biggest lesson you've learned about yourself or the world around you while, you know, being a musician and doing your journeying back and forth to the different countries? Or what's like a big lesson that has really stuck out for you?
Oh my, that's a large question. I guess I like to think that I'm in a continual state of learning lessons. I think one of the biggest things that keeps popping up for me, and it keeps popping up because I haven't fully learned it yet, even though it's definitely a part of my message, and but experientially I think I'm still learning and growing in this, is about presence. And yeah, the teachings of Eckhart Tolle have really helped me in my life, and particularly his book A New Earth. And so the understanding of not resisting reality, not resisting what is, but being in full acceptance of whatever is. And that doesn't mean necessarily not trying to change reality, because sometimes we do want to change reality. We want to bring positive change to ourselves and to the world around us, and that's a good thing. But the starting point is to be not in internal resistance to what is, to be in full acceptance of everything as it is, and then to, from that place, rearrange things to shift things and bring about a better future, and a better now, you know. So for me, kind of running around the world and being a very ambitious person and wanting to accomplish a lot, and sometimes I can default to forgetting, like, oh yeah, just be here and be now and be present. And I'm getting more and more better at that, and it's actually a really, really important value for me to be present. And for me, actually, when I am playing music, that's one of the things that is so therapeutic for me, and it really does bring me into the present and brings me out of all the mind games and just into the heart and into the now. And you know, there's lots of ways to do that I think are really beautiful. Like, you know, psychedelics I think are really good, and when used in really good context, you know, making love and singing, you know, the really amazing ways for us to get out of our mind and view the world from an ecstatic point of view. And for me, music is one of the main things for that in my life, just to really just be in the moment and be in the full experience of expression and primal feelings moving through. And yeah, so presence. I'm gonna give that as my answer for your question. It's about presence.
I definitely agree with that. Presence, I find it sometimes difficult, sometimes a little bit easier, but I would definitely agree with all of what you said there. And those are all very powerful things to help us get into the moment. And, you know, I know I like meditation, and Shannon has art, I think, that brings you.
Art and music are definitely my meditation. And when I'm trying to channel through things or just be more in the moment, I find myself going to art. It's where I can be messy. It's where I can be precise. It's where I can just, you know, really be in that moment and figure out what I want to, how I want to let loose. So I agree.
Awesome. I love that. It's that pure expression, just letting it flow, and feeling the ability to be candid and let whatever's in your heart come through, whether it's through your music or through your paintbrush or whatever it is, you know. I think that feeling that freedom to express and create without the pressure of it needing to fit the mold of some kind of religious conditioning or cultural conditioning or societal conditioning, and just expressing, you know, that feels good. It feels good to do.
Absolutely. We're getting to the end of the interview, but I wanted to give you space to add any advice you would have for any aspiring musicians or any aspiring artists out there, like the flow state. Is there any advice you have on kind of getting into your creative space?
Okay, yeah. As far as getting into your creative space, just feel free, I think. Be free. Create what you want to create. Do whatever you need to do to, like, get yourself in a place to feel inspired, and just know that there's no right or wrong answer. There's no right or wrong creation. Just make stuff. And if it doesn't feel good, then delete it. And if it feels good, keep going in that direction. Just try and experiment, and feel free to create, you know.
Yeah, great advice.
I love that for sure. Do you have anything you want to add for the interview?
Is there anything else that you would like to shout out? Anything we should stay tuned for? I know you have
shameless plugs.
Yeah, you got your releases coming out weekly, but any shameless plugs, places to find you, whatever you'd like to shout out?
Yeah, great. Okay, cool. Yeah, so my name's Chad Wilkins. You can find me on social media, Chad Wilkins or Chad Wilkins Music on Instagram, Chad Wilkins on Facebook. ChadWilkinsMusic.com is my website, and you can just type in Chad Wilkins to Spotify or iTunes or Deezer or Bandcamp, wherever you like to find music on the interwebs. And so my new album, Hollow Bones So I Can Fly, is drip releasing right now, and full album is out and available on March 11th, 2022. So yeah, sign on and listen wherever you listen to things. It's there.
That's great.
Well, we are really grateful for your time and for your energy and for everything that you're putting out into the world. It's definitely stuff that I want to, help push out more into the world, because, we need that balance, and there's a lot of stuff on the news and everything that that's hard to deal with, but your music makes living on life a lot better.
Yeah, and I think we have another song we want to share here as we end out. Would you like to introduce it?
Oh yeah, sure. So yep, we're gonna have a song called "Love Is Round," and it speaks for itself, really. It has a verse in the middle of it by my buddy Murray Kyle as well. He's another epic musician who you all should look up and listen to. But yeah, "Love Is Round." Here it is.
Love is the way, love is the path, love is the only thing that will last. Love is the way, love is the path, love is the only thing that will last. Love is the way, love is the path, love is the only thing that will last. Love is the way, love is the path, love is the only thing that will last. That will last. That will last. But what is the point if you get nothing back? There is no point, for love is round and around and around and around and around. Yeah, what is the point if you get nothing back? There is no point, for love is round and around and around and around and around. Yeah, what is the point if you get nothing back? There is no point, for love is round and around and around and around and around. Yeah, what is the point if you get nothing back? There is no point, for love is round and around and around and around and around. Yeah, love is the way, love is the path, love is the only thing that will last. Love is the way, love is the path, love is the only thing that will last. Love is the way, love is the path, love is the only thing that will last. Love is the way, love is the path, love is the only thing that will last. That will last. That will last. Mismatched, trapped by attractive distractions, caught in the clutches of a golden talon. Where is the center? Return and remember, love is round. Mismatched, trapped by attractive distractions, caught in the clutches of a golden talon. Where is the center? Return and remember, love is round. Mismatched, trapped by attractive distractions, caught in the clutches of a golden talon. Where is the center? Return and remember, love is round. Mismatched, trapped by attractive distractions, caught in the clutches of a golden talon. Where is the center? Return and remember, love is round. Love is round. Love is round. Love is the way, love is the path, love is the only thing that will last. Love is the way, love is the path, love is the only thing that will last. Love is the way, love is the path, love is the only thing that will last. Love is the way, love is the path, love is the only thing that will last. Love is the
love is the snack. The bottom of the click, the snack. The bottom of the love is the snack. The bottom of the click, the snack. The bottom of the love is the snack. The bottom of the click, the snack. The bottom of the love is the.
Love is the way, yeah. Love is the path, sending love. Why yo, why yeah. Sending love to the cathedrals of nature. Love to the protectors of that space. Sending love to the one who carry wisdom, the wisdom of the ages with innocence and grace. Love to the weavers of our dreamscape, sending love in the sacred geometry. Love to the flower of life, expanding and weaving the vision into all that we see. Love is round and around in a circle. Love is round. Why yo, why yeah.
So I can fly highest heaven in my eyes. Love is round. When I die, my spirit will rise. Hollow bones, so I can fly highest heaven in my eyes. I am found. So I can fly highest heaven in my eyes. Love is round. When I die, my spirit will rise. Hollow bones, so I can fly highest heaven in my eyes. I am found. Love is the only thing that will last. Love is the way, love is the path. Love is the only thing that will last. Love is the way, love is the path. Love Love is the only thing that will last. Love is the way, love is the path. Love is the only thing that will last. But what is the point if you get nothing back? There is no point, for love is round and around and around and around and around. Yeah, what is the point if you get nothing back? There is no point, for love is round and around and around and around and around. Yeah, what is the point if you get nothing back? There is no point, for love is round and around 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 and around. Love is the way, love is the path, love is the only thing that will last. Love is the way, love is the path, love is the only thing that will last. Love is the way, love is the path, love is the only thing that will last. Love is the way, love is the path, love is the only thing that will last. That will last. That will last. That will
For many of us, spirituality is just the quest to find essence or true meaning and to really just connect with a higher consciousness.
Connecting with your spirituality is very important in this life. By becoming mindful of all of it, you can realize where you are and if that is leading you to where you want to go.
Listen to the little simple things, because it's those little simple things that are going to shift you vibrationally in such a way that will prepare you to become very intuitively minded and ready to step forward on the next part of your path.
I hope you can feel the love that's inside you, it's inside me, that connects us.
Thanks for shining on with us.